Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Ready. 90, Wolf. Deep rip.
A first carry now for Kofani Muhammad. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
Let's go.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So they start this game just like they won. Opening drive touchdown, a nice run there to finish it off.
Yeah, that's what we call an explosive run because of the distance. And being able to do that, that puts a little uncertainty in the minds of your opponent.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Bridgewater now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
At the 27-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Sheldon. He's airing it out for Williams. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Here we go. 59. Defense wins championship, baby.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. On 1st down, Muhammad takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
All day, every day, any day.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll run it here with Bernard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad, they'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run with Muhammad. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Sheldon. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing, Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. On first down, Muhammad. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Ready, set. Mike, 56, right there, 56. General West. Check three. Ready.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Set. 60 outlaw. 56. Hey, lock it. Kill.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sheldon. And that is incomplete.
And what would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you can do.
To throw, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. A safety with a sack there. LaMarcus Joyner.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. On the delay, this is Murray, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
We got this over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch the safety creep.
On the carry, it's Muhammad. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 69 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
60 or. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Here's Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Well, remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the #2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're #2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and 8. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Raiders 34, Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run with Murray. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murray. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Check, 47. I don't think you got it, sir. Deep rip.
Now a give, right side. Muhammad. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 69 yards on the ground. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
49, check 49.
Now a carry for Bernard. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
I'm coming.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Muhammad. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
I'm coming.
Here's Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. On 2nd down, Muhammad. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Set. 10 Lobo. Topper!
Now a toss play to Bernard. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
At the 12-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A final shot before break. Sheldon to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. His kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. On first down, Muhammad, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They go again with Muhammad. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
3 down, 3 down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays. And they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Bridgewater. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Bridgewater on first down. He's got Smith here. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Nick Nelson that time who got a hand in to break that one up.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Right there, 56. Come on. Shift. Ready.
On first down, Muhammad. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
50, plant. Check back, check back.
They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get up!
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Muhammad. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
Check, 47. X3.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. second down now. Bernard down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Again, here's Bernard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now this one complete on the slant route. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Complete. Smith has it. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And his throw here's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To the air again with Bridgewater. The open man is Smith. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Lutz with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 17-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
On second down, Muhammad. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Here's Bernard. A little juke. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
Here's Bridgewater. And this one brought in by Sanu. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Saints.
Shut. 50 Pittsburgh. Mike 59. Let's go, baby. Return.
Tenth carry of the game now. Murray. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Bridgewater to throw it. And he finds Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch, not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Ready?
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
Get it.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving.